Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite comedy show every single week down here in South Florida, everyone. That's right. You're tuning into the Comedy Calendar, guys. My name is Sebastian Alvarez. I'm your host, as I am every single week. And this week, we have a super amazing lineup of shows, not only coming to the Fort Lauderdale and Miami Improvs, but also happening locally. We got a cool recap of some dope stuff that happened last weekend, too. This is going to be also a very fun interview. I'm looking forward to it very much. And I want to first bring out my co-host, as he is every single week, guys, Art Roach. How you doing this week, Art?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm not excited for World War III to start, right? I don't think anybody is excited for that. But there's a silver lining. Once we are in martial law, I think we'll be able to just pull over people that drive slow in the fast lane, for example, and execute them on the side of the road.
Nice. Mad Max.
Right. Like when they make you late for the podcast, for example. You'd have to have a reason to do it. But yeah, you just pit maneuver, knock them into the ditch, pull them out the car, execute them right there on the side of the road.
Yeah. Just make sure you don't kill them during the pit maneuver.
Right. Because
that would be counterproductive.
Right.
Because then you don't get the thrill of the kill.
Exactly. You want to steal your enemy's last breath before they die. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, I'm not looking forward to that, but I know you'll also...
It's a silver lining. No one's looking forward to it.
But I think you're also overlooking the fact that you will have a massive amount of your favorite content that you get on social media, which is first-person POV videos from overseas conflicts. That's pretty much your favorite thing. And drone shots.
Mainly drone shots, exactly. Mainly infrared drone shots, yes.
Yeah, the infrared ones are good because you can see the heat leave their body.
Right, liquid heat.
Liquid heat.
Leave their body.
Well... Not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to this week's guest, guys, on the show. She performs all across South Florida. You've seen her on her podcast, guys, Mac After Dark. Everyone, I want you to put your hands together right now in the community newspapers and in South Florida for Mac Lawson.
Hello. I feel like the president right now.
There you go.
Everyone clapping for me.
We don't allow criminals on this podcast.
I was like, I don't know if you want to feel like the president. He's not feeling too good from what it sounds like. But no, man, Mac, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. We're going to talk a little bit about this week in South Florida comedy. And then we're going to get into your comedy career, and some really dope stuff that you got coming up. Some shows you're producing, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about it.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, in that note, let's get into a recap of last week's show, guys. I'm starting off with a show that we did with Cafecito Comedy on Thursday over at our favorite location to put on shows. That is at Barry's in the Grove, guys. If you haven't made it out to a Barry's show, you are one of the few lucky who get to come out and experience it for the first time, because the people who have come out, guess what? They're probably coming back to next month's show, because this last month we had an incredible lineup. We had it kicked off with Marcos, aka Art God Savvy. He hosted the show, did a really good job. Then we had Hollywood Laz and Graciela, both who were taken from the new faces at the Miami Improv from last month. They were given an opportunity to perform. Both of them killed it. Then we had a guest spot from the hilarious Grace Kelly. She absolutely destroyed it and really opened up the room for everybody, which, by the way, was a packed out room, guys. I was able to go up right after Grace, and then Lando headlined, but there's a little shot of me performing there on the night. It was absolutely to the gills packed with people, guys. We had over 100 people in the room for that Barry show. The last two shows have been absolutely incredible. And guess what, guys? There will be more. So we already have the lineup pretty much booked up for the next Barry show. So once we get the flyers and everything made for that, you're going to hear about it right here first on the Comedy Calendar, guys, because we absolutely love working with Barry's. It's always an incredible show.
No, and like when you guys started doing the shows, we did free tickets in the beginning. Now we're having to charge because the room is packed.
That's true.
And the next show, there will be no free tickets. The reason I know that is because I will be there checking everybody in at the door, making sure they got paid for tickets. So, the production's getting better and better. The comedy's getting better and better, and just the value overall. So if you haven't been to Barry's, if you haven't been to a Cafecito show, come out, check it out before, it's a limited size room. So the ticket prices are only going to go up. The better it gets, the more it goes up.
And I believe we'll have a comedy calendar list for that show. So there's going to be a secret password that we'll be giving out right here on the comedy calendar. And if you say that password at the door, you get in for free, guys. So make sure you always stay tuned right here, because you always get the best deals on all the shows down here in South Florida through the comedy calendar.
They could also just give me $10 cash. If you just put cash in my hand, the probability of you getting in goes up tremendously.
That works.
Putting it out there.
That actually makes sense.
I'm struggling for money, guys.
Okay, heard that. Heard that. Well, we also had another really, really dope show, the premiere of a new headliner down here in South Florida, guys. On Saturday, I was over at the Miami Improv, but my two guests, the people sitting across from me at this table, were both at Just the Funny this last weekend, performing on Psy's premiere headlining gig, guys. It was packed out to the gills. I saw a bunch of really, really dope clips and content coming out of it already, which was awesome. But we actually have a little sizzle reel that Dart Vision put together for us that can give you guys an idea of just
Happy birthday, Sai.
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 Happy birthday, Sai. Happy birthday, Sai. You're hilarious.
I think at this point, we should have killed all Nissan Altima drivers.
But I am surprised at how many people showed up for Simon Tia. How many people cared about what time for Sai?
I should get a job.
I wanted to thank Sai personally for inviting me to be, one of the openers on his headlining gig. The room was completely packed out, and obviously we had Dart there. Mac, you were there. You featured as well. What did you think of the show?
It was fun. I love that room. And honestly, all of the comedians were really funny. I don't know. There was something kind of twisted about each one of them, and I appreciate that.
The biggest thing for me that surprised me is that many people cared about Sai. You know what I mean? That was.
I didn't care about him at all.
Well, we got booked. We were booked.
Right. Yeah. So I
Michelle took
care.
care of that. Right.
Yeah, so that I could get booked again, but I didn't really care.
But it was a really dope show, and we were able to make a pact with the devil and summon Sai now for the podcast. Nice. So Sai, welcome to the podcast, my brother. How you doing?
Good. Thank the devil for being here. That's fucking real nice. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Dude, this is your first. I know you've been here in studio a couple of times. This is your first time on the podcast, man. Thank you for being a supporter since the very beginning, dude.
Nah, you always got to support the homies, the friends. If they're doing anything, it doesn't cost you anything.
Hey, bro, I appreciate that. But again, now that we've summoned you, what did it feel like, man? The headlining gig came out really well. You had Dart there to film it, so we'll definitely get some clips. But what did it feel like? Let us know.
Honestly, I still don't know how to feel about it. I'm still feeling nervous from before, going like, how the hell am I going to do this amount of time? Because I've never had like the opportunity to even get to like 35 minutes here in Miami. Most of the time, at most, the host is just fucked off somewhere, and I'm able to just squeeze a little bit more time, And I'm like, thank God they're smoking weed outside. Thank God. Thank you. I get a bomb a little bit longer, it's fun. But no, this show is really good. Like Max said, there's a little twisted from every comic.
Yeah.
There, it was dark. It was just funny all across. And actually, that's also a thing you're kind of scared about when you invite people on to the show. You don't know how it's going to be, but something in my heart just told me it was going to knock it out of the park.
Well, I mean, dude, you did a great job picking the lineup. It was the show started. Well, obviously, Michelle Castro is the queen of it. Then Shannon.
Shout out Michelle. She's the GOAT. Thank you for putting me on. She didn't have to do that, but she's a mixture of my friend and also a fan.
Yeah.
So she.
Well, I will say to Michelle personally, is like, I haven't gotten invited to do a headlining gig. I'm just saying, Michelle. I'm looking right at the camera. I'm looking right at you, Michelle. But anyways, I'll follow up with that on the show.
If I did it, anybody can do it. You're good.
Dude, guys, like Sai has a bunch of friends, bro. Like, they really came. I mean, they all fit in one table, but they came. You know what I mean? It was dope. No, but we had Shannon Leem. She was on the show as well. Did absolutely wonderful. Then I went up. It was fun, man. I had a great time. Then Mac, you went up.
Yep.
How long did you do?
I think I did like 12 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I during Mac's set, I was like having the adrenaline dump, so I went outside to smoke a cigarette. Then after you was John Gregory.
Yes.
He killed it. And then Big Pedro, actually looking good, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling him Mr. Slim Pedro.
Yeah.
Because dude, he's
little Pedro.
Out,
and it's giving him that energy on stage. You know what I mean? It was nice. And then, and of course, you came out and headlined and did a great job, man. So, I mean, one, congrats for getting the spot, but two, also for doing the forethought of having Dart there, booking a great lineup, inviting your friends, selling tickets. So people actually came out and packed the room.
Actually, funny thing about that, anybody that bought a ticket for that show didn't show up. Everyone that packed out was just homies and friends that showed up day of or whatever, which thank you guys immediately. Everyone else, go fuck yourself.
Yes.
But you still got their money, right?
Yes.
So who cares?
Yes. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Oh, man.
No, but it was super dope, man, and many more to come. I'm guessing that Michelle, the strategy is working, so Michelle's gonna be doing this more and more. And on your case, man, obviously the material was very tight. It was very, it was nice to see you up there doing that long, and it was nice to see even when you hit the 30 mark, you just kind of like stretched a little bit more and got into your own zone. So that was dope to see.
Yeah, it was like weird experience. Like I'm sure you guys have felt it on stage. Like when they light you and go like, that much time has passed already.
Yeah.
And like I thought I had more. You know,
That's when you're like in the zone.
Yeah, and when I had that, I was like, dog, you're good. You did everything you wanted. I gave myself the goal of doing 30 minutes plus. I did that, and everybody's support. The show just came out really well.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I'm
Congrats, my
too
brother.
excited about
Awesome.
it.
Congratulations.
Many more to come, bro. Many
Thank you
more
for
to
everyone
come.
here too.
Well, so last week, I also had my birthday party, and it was at BT's South Miami, excuse me. So I want to thank everybody that came out, showed love, showed support. It meant the world to me, and I know everybody couldn't come out. People had to be in shows. People had, other things to do, but it does mean the world to have that kind of support from the community. Unfortunately, this week's showdown at BT's is going to have to be postponed. I have a small emergency after the podcast. I'm going to be leaving town for a couple of days. So more information to come. No one knows this yet. So all the people that I had kind of signed up for week 1, I'll be reaching out to you guys personally. My apologies. But again, unfortunately, this week, the showdown at BT's will be postponed. More info to come soon. But again, my apologies, but it's an emergency. I got to go, so I can't do anything about it. But yeah, I think there's one other recap from last week.
Yep, we have one more recap, and that involves our guest of the week, Mac. You were opening up for Jason Scoop at the Miami Improv last week on Wednesday, I believe, right? So how'd that go?
It was good. I had a lot of fun. I really liked his crowd. He does the Donald Trump impressions, and he's really good at it. I don't know. He's just a fun guy. I met him before he kind of blew up, and he just kind of has been riding this Trump impression wave. So it was actually interesting to see his like regular stand-up as well.
Nice.
Because I've kind of only just seen him as Donald Trump. But I had fun.
And if I saw, I think in your stories, or maybe it was his stories, after the show, you guys went to Copper Blues?
Yeah, the Copper Blues.
So that's one of my favorite things about the after show. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was going to say I had a little too much tequila. So I was like this in the story. Like,
but it's one of my favorite things, as like a comedian, it's one of my favorite things to see like that camaraderie happening afterwards. And Copper Blues is just the perfect place
for it.
For stuff like that, you know? Like last night we had Will Mills at the Improv, and after the show, I was about to leave. I was hanging out, and all of a sudden he came out with his whole party, and they were all hanging out. And some of the fans noticed him and came out. Like it's just my favorite. Those interactions, I think, is where you get to really. And I've met him. I've met Jason Scoop a couple of times already, but he's been in character, or he's been, and in that story, for example, you could see where he really was, a little lit.
Yeah.
A little let go already.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the show went pretty well because he was happy.
Fun. Yeah, we all had a lot of fun. It's cool too because you kind of can interact with the audience and a little bit longer than usual. Usually maybe you'll get like a little compliment, but I always like the feedback from the audience. It helps me, kind of grow as a comedian. So.
And was there anybody, I know it was you and Jason on the show. Was there anybody else on the show?
Yeah, Dean Gonzalez.
Oh, shit.
He was hosting, and I'm going to feel like an asshole. There was another guy from LA that came in, and I don't know his name, so I feel like
LA people don't count.
Okay.
Yeah, on this podcast, anyone from LA. Dean is not from LA. He's from Miami, but he
was a nice guy, and he was funny. Sorry.
Yeah, East Coast for life. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, but it sounds like that was a dope show. It sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I really like Jason, so it was cool.
Yeah. That does wrap up the recap from last week, guys. There was a bunch of other great shows that happened that we weren't able to get to, but that's why you got to keep up to date with the comedy calendar ahead of time so you can be out there and see them, guys. But moving on, though, to this week at the Miami Improv, guys, on Wednesday, we have the return of Have Nots Comedy to the Miami Improv, guys. Every time Have Nots comes through, it's always an amazing show, and you guys already know that when you get there, and you watch any comic hit the stage, they're one of the best in South Florida performing right now because Dom always curates an incredible lineup. And the last few months, that he's been coming through. I say weeks because he was here like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. The last show that I was on, he has been packing out the room, guys. And the energy in there is second to none of local crowds coming out and supporting local comedians in South Florida, it is always an amazing time over at the Have Nots.
Yeah,
guys.
and I take my hat off to Dom a lot. I will take off two hats to Dom. He's really in the last couple of months hit his stride. There's nobody doing comedy marketing in South Florida like he's doing it, to the point that not only he got sick of just packing it out once a month, where now he's packing the Miami Improv out twice a month. So the last one I think was really dope, the one that you were on. This one I think he's condensing it a little bit, giving people a little more time. I know Ricky Cruz will be on it, Lonnie Cox, Dom P's on it, and he's bringing in an out of town, like a big headliner that's from out of town. He wouldn't tell me who it was, so I know it's a surprise. I know it's gonna be somebody good, but it's exciting to see, basically 4 people up there getting a ton of time, really getting into it with the crowd. So my hat's off to Dom P. When are you going to be performing on the Have Nots?
I don't know. I have not done it yet. Have not. So, see, I'm funny. Book me.
We're all. I mean, listen. This is a vehicle of self promotion, Dom. Let me check my schedule. Yep, I'm available, and Mac
I'm
is available
as well.
Yeah. Oh shit, Sebi's available as well. Julian's not here today, but he's also available. I'm gonna go ahead and make that call. I mean, even Dart, if you want to, you know what I mean. We'll get.
Dart is a great 5-minute set.
Sai, you're in the building. You're available. Yes, Sai is available. Yep. All right.
Sai.
It's like we got the next show.
Yeah, we're
Booked it
clear.
for 'em.
You know
That's
what?
perfect.
I hadn't thought about it. We could. Yeah, we got everything we need. Okay.
Yeah.
Big Mac Lawson headlining the. All right. Yeah, we're good. We got it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that will be happening, guys, this Wednesday over at the Miami Improv, guys, 8 p.m. You do not want to miss it. If you want to get tickets to that, you can always go to the Have Nots page, and right in their bio, they have a link to their Eventbrite where you can get your tickets for those shows, or you can go to miamiimprov.com directly as well, guys. Moving on, though, to the Fort Lauderdale Improv on Wednesday. I will not be, unfortunately, at that Have Not show because I'm going to be performing at the Fort Lauderdale Improv, guys, with Anthony Robustiano, guys. He is a super funny comedian who's been touring the country for years now. Very, very talented, and his social media content is also second to none. I was going through some of his page the other day, and I was just laughing with all the great content that he posts. He's got a bunch of followers on social media, so you guys definitely want to go out there at improvftl.com. That is actually the website for the Fort Lauderdale Improv. Now, it is not Fort Lauderdale Improv or FTL Improv. It is improvftl.com. So go there and get your tickets right now for that show, guys. It is going to be fantastic. I know the lineup and the energy there is going to be awesome. He had actually posted a video from his last show where he was telling the crowd, hey, show them, the people in Fort Lauderdale, why they should come out to a show. And he turned the camera, and it was just a packed room of people getting loud and cheering and going off. So I'm really excited because that looks like some amazing energy that he brings to the table with his crowds.
Dude, and he obviously gets it. You know what I mean? Like this new era of comedy, like he gets it. You got to sell people on coming out. There's a lot of options. Sell them on coming out. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this show. It's going to be on Wednesday at the Fort Lauderdale Improv, 7:30, guys. So it's a little bit 30 minutes earlier than a normal show, around 8 o'clock. But you guys can definitely go out there and not only support myself, but also support Anthony and catch some really fun comedy if you're up there in that Broward, Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah,
100%. Moving on, though, now to Thursday, guys, at the Fort Lauderdale Improv, we have a former guest of the show coming in to Fort Lauderdale to perform on a really, really fun show.
Yeah,
Art, you have some more information on that?
Dude, Fort Lauderdale Improv is really kicking ass this week. So August 7th, 7:30, Fort Lauderdale Improv. We have Elizabeth Bruneau. She was a guest on Insiders last week. I was able to interview her. This is how cool she is, guys. All right. We had to move the time around. She was driving and on the road. She pulled over to the side of the road to do the interview with me. Like that's a real one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll have more clips coming out. We've already had a couple clips come out for her. She's just an amazing. She's a South Florida comedian based out of South Florida, Haitian born, just hilarious. Online content. Elizabeth is funny. 7, I think, is her handle. She's just blowing up. She actually started her first time ever was at the Improv as a guest for a big headliner, and she blew it out of the water.
Oh, wow.
And so she
That's
never
crazy.
really did like the open mic, like in South Florida. She just literally started at the Improvs and has been blowing up since then. So she's hilarious, great spirit, very different energy from a lot of different comedians. I was really blessed to meet her, and if I can be there on Thursday, I will try to be up there to meet her in person and say hello.
100%. It sounds like it's going to be a really dope show. And again, guys, you can go to improvftl.com to get your tickets for that show this week on Thursday, guys, 7:30 as well for that show. Moving on to this weekend at the Miami Improv, guys, we have an amazing headliner coming through and blowing it out of the water this weekend at the Miami Improv, guys. And that is going to be Chris D'Elia, guys. I am so excited for this. I loved his last special that he just put out. I thought it was some of his best work that he's ever done. So having him come through and do his material now at the Miami Improv, I'm going to be able to watch him a few times, is going to be incredible. I have a bunch of people reaching out to me that want to come to the show. So if you guys want to come to the show, you definitely want to get your tickets right now, though. Get them on Monday. Don't wait till the end because they will be sold out. I believe VIP is already sold out for most shows.
Yeah. Well, no, Sebastian, for months, we've been telling people to get these tickets. I just checked right now. So VIP is sold out across the board.
Yep.
You're not going to get VIP seats. Saturday, 7 p.m. looks like it's about to sell out. So if you want to come check that out, this is your time. Saturday, 9:30 for sure will sell out as well. So right now, I mean, if you want a specific date and time, get online and buy the tickets. Otherwise, the only thing I see that's gonna be left is gonna be that Sunday show. That will be the last one to sell out. So,
but they're all gonna be sold out.
They're all gonna be sold out.
Wait,
and we've been telling you for months.
We've been telling you.
So if you call me this weekend, oh, I want to see D'Elia. Guess what I'm gonna say? I'm going to send you all the podcast episodes.
All the clips that we've done for the last 2 months. But yeah, I'm really excited for this show. Mac, you're actually going to be pulling up and watching the show as well, right?
Yeah. He's funny. I really like him. He's my friend. So I'm just going to support one of the one of the shows. I wish I could open for him. You know, I saw his last opener in Fort Lauderdale was really funny and like really offensive, and I was like, oh, maybe there's a chance. So
was it a local person or was
no? It's I forget his name, but very similar to me, actually. Super racist comedy. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very cool. So you like clicked immediately, relatable comedy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
and whoever's hosting for D'Elia this weekend, let me know. We'll give you a little shout out here as well. But yeah,
Lando?
I believe it's Lando.
It is Lando?
Yeah.
Bro, Lando, man. Lando's been killing it, man.
Yeah,
Love Lando, man. He actually headlined that Barry show that we did on Thursday, and he absolutely blew it out of the water.
Dude, that's awesome. See, I could not picture a better person opening for that. That's
for sure.
So dope.
For sure. Moving on, though, to the last show that we got to talk about for this week, guys. It's going to be over in Key West, though, so it's going to be a little bit far of a drive for most of us down here in South Florida. But if you want to get out there and watch the hilarious Master Debaters show, they are doing their Key West branch of their kind of playoff bracket for their new season of Master Debaters, guys. A season that will be having its finale at the Miami Improv on August 31st at 10 p.m. So you guys definitely want to look out for that. Tickets are actually already on sale at MiamiImprov.com. So if you want to go over there and get your tickets for that show, you can right now. But for this week, guys, on Sunday, it is going to be happening over at Key West. They have a really dope lineup of comics. Throw it up right there. You can check them out. I believe those are the judges, though. Those are the panelists. Yeah, those aren't the comics, but we got Jay Millie and a few others there that are going to be doing an amazing show. I don't even think it's their first show in Key West. They've done it before down there, have they?
I'm not sure if they've done Master Debaters, but I know,
it's their first?
Jay Millie.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I know Jay Millie, lives basically in South Florida, so Key West is probably closer to him than Broward. But I'm glad to see that he's bringing it on there, and most importantly, I'm glad to see that he sent me the flyer information before we filmed the podcast, so that I could shout him out on the podcast. That Jay, I don't know how you did it, bro. I don't know how you figured it out. That if you give me the information ahead of time, I can do it on the podcast. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my brother.
You're the best, man. Always love to see that. And again, don't forget that they will be having that season finale over at the Miami Improv, guys. So go to MiamiImprov.com right now. Get your tickets for that because that is going to be an awesome, awesome show on the 31st, guys. But now, a quick look ahead to what we have coming up at the Miami Improv, a headliner that we have coming up that we are super excited for, and that is David Lucas, guys. That is one show that we definitely want you guys to go and get your tickets right now and scoop them up because just like Chris D'Elia, they're going to be sold out and availability is going to be limited by the time you wait for the weekend of. So on August 25th and 26th, he is going to be at the Miami Improv, guys, doing his thing. He is the roast master aficionado. That guy is the best, and if you've ever seen him on Kill Tony, you're gonna love him in person because he is hilarious. We actually saw him over at the Shamrock last year, right?
No, and we saw him at the
West
Killers
Palm.
of Kill Tony.
And the Killers of Kill Tony, right? So we always go out whenever he is down here in South Florida because it is that funny and it is that great of a show. So you guys now have an opportunity to catch him at the Miami Improv. Guys, he's been doing 4 shows, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. Come out and support, guys. August 25th through the 26th at the Miami Improv.
And I'll say, if you've never been to a David Lucas show, you know, not only is it just a regular show, he comes out, comedians come out and do all the stand-up, but if the crowd is really vibing, if things are really going well, he will pull people on stage and roast them and like do a little roasting back and forth.
Yeah.
And when he gets into it, I mean, I was on one of the shows, I think he went through like 10 people, just murdering them,
I
just
just
rapid
love a
fire.
good roast. That's my favorite shit.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
Definitely.
fantastic.
Well, the 25th and 26th, if you're not busy, definitely come through. We'll make sure.
Okay.
Dart and I mean, Dart for sure will be there for the show, so it's going to be a good time. And we'll have clips and we'll have some stuff afterwards.
No, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that was this week and a little look ahead into the future weeks in South Florida comedy, guys. And now I want to move into the guest of the hour, Mac. I want to get into a little bit about how you started in comedy. We were talking a little bit about it before the podcast started, but you kind of have an interesting story to get in how you got into it. So kind of why don't we start there?
Yeah, I mean, so when I was younger, I used to set up my camera and pretend to be Chelsea Handler. Like when I was like 11, 12. But I didn't know she was a stand-up comedian. I just wanted to be a late night talk show host. But then I got older. I moved to LA. I was convinced that I wanted to write movies. And then I got a brain injury. And my brain injury, it's kind of like morbid to talk about, but my brain injury, I was so depressed that I went on the internet to like make myself laugh and to make other people laugh. And so many people told me to try stand-up. And then I tried stand-up and I had this rush of adrenaline. I mean, you guys know the feeling when you get off stage, and I was like, I think this is like what I'm meant to do. And then shortly after, I realized that Chelsea Handler was a stand-up comedian. I was like, oh, I think I've always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. So yeah, brain injury just...
Interesting. And so when you started off, it was in LA?
It was in LA, yeah.
What were those first couple of spaces that you went to perform at?
I did this show. I actually finagled my way onto a really big show because I was the...
Nice.
Yeah, I'm good at
Miami
finagling.
style.
Yeah. We did this show. I was the events coordinator at this bar, and these girls approached me of doing this. I performed with Matt Rife before he blew up. I performed with a bunch of really big comedians and did 5 minutes to open up every single show. I told them if they wanted to do the show at my bar, I had to do 5 minutes. They hated me. These girls hated me. So that was like my first experience with comedy, which was good because I got to see like headliners bomb. And it was really good for my self-esteem. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So you knew, you were like, even at that level, I'm still not going to be that good. No, I can still fuck up and it's okay.
Exactly. So it was really good for me. And it was challenging too, because I also had to like keep up with them. And then I was a huge roast battle fan. I would go to roast battle all the time. And then actually on the 5-year anniversary of my brain injury, I won my first roast battle at the Comedy Store.
No way.
Which is really kind of weird and ironic.
So, tell us about that. What was that like? The first
roast battle?
Yeah, the one that you won. What was it?
I mean, it was surreal, especially because it kind of let me like forget about the brain injury a little bit and just realize how much I had overcome the brain injury. But then because I was such a big roast battle fan, the fact that I won and the guy that I battled against, he had like a 8-time winning streak and I broke his streak and I was just like, wow, I'm so cool.
Nice.
So I really liked it. It was a big moment for me.
And how'd you get booked on that show?
I probably finagled it, you know?
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I finagle a lot of shit. I think I finagled my way onto this too, so.
Cool.
I mean, I think one of the things about your style that always stood out is that you're very witty. Like
oh, thank you. That means a lot.
You're very quick on your feet, like on stage.
Thanks.
Where I remember, I think we were at 14 North a couple of weeks ago, and there was like this one crowd in the front, and they were like being they were being a little obnoxious, you know, and they were kind of throwing everybody off. But when you got up there, I don't know if you kind of had it mentally ready to deal with them, but as soon as they started, you kind of like turned everything on them, and then like, at the end, they were the biggest cheers for you. You know what I mean?
Thanks,
so I think being able to have that pivot and being witty like that obviously helps you when doing your stand up.
Yeah.
But then when you're roasting, I think it gives you that Teflon kind of bulletproof vest.
There's something really natural about roasting for me. I don't know what it is. I think I might be a better roaster than I am stand-up comedian right now. And it's okay for me to say that. But yeah, I don't know. I really, really like it. I never get really that nervous. And the jokes come to me so easily. I guess maybe I'm just a bad person.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think all people are bad people.
Okay.
I was gonna say that's a normal.
Yeah, babies when they're born, they're good people. And then after that,
It's all
it's all
goes
downhill.
it's all downhill from there.
But speaking of roasting, though,
Yeah.
one of the big things that we are going to be announcing is August 31st at 9 p.m. at
Yep.
Just the Funny.
Yep.
Is going to be the kickoff of RBL South Florida.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about how that started and where your mind is with it.
Yeah, so I am really, really, really too excited to announce this because I've kind of been manifesting it since they started the Roast Battle League. I wanted to set something up in Florida, and when I got asked to do it, I was ecstatic. So it's going to be really fun. It's officially a part of the Roast Battle League, and we're going to do one show a month. And I already have the lineup semi-booked, and it's just full of a bunch of assholes. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm ready. And so every single month we're going to do it. Right now it's going to be at Just the Funny. Michelle's helping me out. And I don't know, I'm just excited. I'll be hosting, so.
Nice. So guys, look out whenever we have, I mean, now we have the date. When
Yeah.
we have the flyer, when we have the Eventbrite, we have the tickets, everything lined up. We will be shouting it out here on the comedy calendar. It will be a ticketed event, guys. So you will have to buy some tickets to get in there. But it will definitely be worth it.
It'll be worth it,
And
for sure.
format-wise, just so I understand, is it like 3v3 for the night, or how does that work?
I think I'll do 3 versus 3, yeah. And then it's it's part of the league, so it's a worldwide competition of roasters. So you're kind of going to want to follow the progress of the South Florida comedians because there's opportunities for them to go and roast in bigger places, way bigger places with way bigger comedians. So even for the local comedians, it's try to do it. Send me a video of you roasting. Try to get booked because it could be really, really good for your career. So
nice.
Yeah.
And I know you have a certain affinity. So do you think you will be doing a RBL South Florida League in Spanish?
No, because I can't understand it. But I mean, if people want to try, I don't know. I can't understand it. So it wouldn't be fun. I feel like
use like an in-ear translator.
Well, you could just do it visually. You see the ones you like.
Oh, I mean, I'll roast them. I'll roast anybody. I just won't like that. I won't know what they're saying to me.
Got you.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I can respect that actually. I can respect that. Just blind roasting.
Yeah,
just blind.
Not affected at all.
I know a couple words like puta.
There you go.
There's another one that is always said.
No, that's the important one. You got the most important one.
That's pretty much the best roasting one. That's the best one for roasting for sure, without a doubt. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about your podcast too, Mac After Dark. You were telling me about it a little bit before the show started, and now how you're kind of ramping it up. How did that start? How did that come about?
Well, I did Mac After Dark because I did have such an obsession with Chelsea Handler when I was younger, and I kind of still have this idea that one day I want to have a late night talk show. So I did it kind of as like a manifestation, is why I named it that. But yeah, I'm really starting to get my footing with it. I have an in-home studio now, so I've waited to get it set up the right way, and now I'm going to start inviting on some of my bigger comedian friends.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been kind of waiting to do it. I wanted to make sure that it was solid, but I've got some good guests coming up.
Who have you had already on the show that you like to talk about?
I just had my friend, the episode is about to come out. His handle is Take Naps. He's like a political commentator, and we actually got really deep. It's the podcast itself. Sometimes it'll be really funny and we'll be talking about dick, sex, vagina, whatever. And then sometimes we're talking about like manifestation, the power of the mind. So it kind of goes wherever the guest wants to. Yeah. Which I like that because then you really get to know the guest. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, thanks.
And so what are some of your goals for that podcast in the future other than getting bigger guests? Like, do you want to like expand it in different ways, get sponsors maybe? Yeah,
I definitely, I have a sponsor, a couple different sponsors that have kind of come in and out. But I think the main thing for me is I just want to I like to get to know comedians on a deeper level. I think because the reason that I got into comedy was such like a heavy reason. And I think a lot of comedians, not all, but a lot have similar stories. Like, how did you end up doing this?
Yeah.
And it's not just comedians that come on my podcast, but I want to really get to know the comedian because it takes a special person to do stand-up. So.
Oh,
interesting.
Special ed sometimes.
Oh yeah, you said special person. I was thinking broken people. But that's what I was.
Right. Well, we didn't kill ourselves yet, so.
Right. Well, speaking of that, I didn't notice off the beginning of the episode, but I did just notice that is that a Colt 45 necklace that you're wearing?
Yeah, it's a gun.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm messed up. I look like I wouldn't be. Like, it looks like my dad loves me, but no.
There you go.
So that's how I got here.
You heard it here first.
Like I said, we are all broken people.
Yeah.
It's you don't start doing stand up because everything is going well. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
So when you finally moved to Miami,
Mhm.
how many years had you been doing comedy already at that point?
I started right before COVID. So I did probably like 6 or 7 months of comedy in LA. Yeah. And then I came out here and it was kind of a risk, but I knew that I had to put in numbers. So, and I had a good network in LA. So I was like, let me work out my stuff in Florida, which has honestly been a lot better because then you're not bombing in front of like really big comedians all the time. So, and then now the Florida comedy scene has just grown so much, which is one of the reasons why I really love what you guys are doing, because I've felt for a while now that there's so much going on and nobody knows how much there's going on here. So I really like what you guys are doing.
Again, the easiest thing for anyone doing a show is just to let me know, send me a message that you're doing a show before the Monday of that week so that I can shout you guys out on the podcast. No, but I appreciate you saying that because that's really one of the reasons that we made the podcast is like so many people were doing so many cool things, but nobody was writing it down.
Right.
Nobody was shouting it out. Nobody was following up afterwards and letting people know how cool it was.
Yeah.
So that's really why we started this. That's why we work with Dart Vision, is so that people, you know, like now in South Florida, if you do a show, you don't have to figure out this camera situation. Hit me up.
Yeah.
If Dart's available,
Yeah.
you got the camera situation figured out.
Yeah.
And it comes with a clip on the podcast. So it's
Exactly.
like, can't make it any easier for you.
Can't
guys.
beat it.
Please. I
Right.
cannot make it any easier. I can't work any harder for you guys. Sorry.
Just a quick promo. We have our sponsors as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta get that money, get that shout out in.
Well, listen, and if there's any Turkish Airlines, I've been reaching out to you guys every week. All right, like I am ready to go to Turkey right now and get this fixed. I just need you guys to pay for the trip. All right,
And the surgery.
That's funny.
Pay for the trip and the surgery, and we'll
and the hotel stay.
Yeah, we'll both go.
My brother did it in Mexico, I think,
Oh, that's terribly
or
dangerous.
Colombia. I can't remember where he did it.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My brother went to Colombia too.
He came back with some hair, but it was on his chest. All right.
That's where I got my surgery to become a woman. Actually.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm a man. That's how I'm funny.
When is your transition birthday?
It was my 30th birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's when you put the
I
big.
won't say how
Big
long
Mac.
ago that was. Yeah,
Big
Big
Mac.
Mac.
That's why
Well,
it's
it's
Big
not
Mac.
big anymore. It's quite small.
Right, but it's
Yeah.
similar to Big Mike.
Yeah. It used to be Big Mike.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's how I'm funny. I always tell people that like women aren't funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying that actually before the show started, without any cameras rolling. You did have that.
I don't like
sentiment
women. There's only like a couple that I like. Chelsea Handler.
as well. That's true.
Yeah.
But her origin story also, like her first set was also finagling her way onto two women's shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
women are stupid. They're easy to manipulate.
There you go. There you go. That's actually that. Okay, so now my next question.
Can we get another round of applause here from the studio audience? Anyone? No?
This is how I finagle. I just play to the male ego, stroke the male ego.
There you go.
Boom.
I was gonna say, well, then this next question.
It's
doesn't really
working.
make
Sorry, go ahead.
sense. This next question is, I was gonna ask, who's your favorite female comedian other than Chelsea Handler? So
Ali Wong,
Ali Wong.
amazing joke writer.
Okay.
Yeah, Ali
Good.
Wong.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
Don't ask me for my opinion.
Oh wait,
I
but
was
can
gonna ask you-
No. I already did the World War III bit. I'm not.
I was gonna ask
No.
you who your other than Chelsea Handler, who's also I know your favorite. You know, mine's Joan Rivers.
Oh yeah, really good. You know who my favorite comedian and inspiration is? Anthony Jeselnik.
Oh,
And I
okay.
got compared to him once for my roast, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Fuck yeah!" It was just a comment, but I was like, "Okay, perfect."
No,
Nice.
actually, it makes sense because you have like a little bit of a dry, like,
Stark.
yeah, and it's like the way you hit people is not where you kind of expect. Like
Yeah.
even if you're like, okay, you're talking about a topic, I kind of can
Yeah.
see where you're gonna hit it. You always come at it from
A
like
different way.
Yeah, it was very.
I watch him for inspiration a lot because he finds a way to say the most fucked up things and make people laugh. So I've been watching him a lot for inspiration on how, because I don't want to change my style. I want to make my style work.
Right.
So, and he talks a lot about like, I don't want to say the R word on here for the algorithm, but he talks about like crazy stuff like the R word,
Yeah.
What's the R word?
RAP. ING. It's
Oh.
crazy stuff that's like really
Grape!
offensive. Yeah. Okay.
You can say it.
Okay.
I will be pilot. Sorry.
So
Oh,
yeah.
great.
So I just like how he's able to make that stuff work. That's my goal.
No, he has one of like what I call the perfect 5 minutes. It's like he has I think it's part of his Netflix thing where it's a 5 minute bit He starts off the first minute with 0 jokes. He does this whole like serious thing as like the setup,
Nice.
and then for the next 4 minutes, he just machine guns you to death.
I
And the
love
last,
it.
I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody, but watch it
Yeah.
online. The very last thing is him dropping a baby from a 3-story building.
I love
it's
it.
the most hilarious thing. Like if I told you you're gonna be laughing at that at the end, you're like, that's impossible. No one can make me laugh about
Right.
that. No.
He does it.
He's
does
really
it.
perfected that craft, and I think I don't tell the same kind of jokes as him, but they're similar in how fucked up they are.
Gotcha.
So he's my idol.
Very cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I one thing I really admire, besides the comedy, besides the roast battle league, which is going to be amazing, you clearly have like a social media strategy with how you are approaching this whole thing.
Thanks.
Obviously, you have a podcast as well, but like, what is the bigger arching goal or strategy that you are looking towards?
I just want to be able to be myself, honestly, and make money just being myself. I mean, it is. I do have a strategy. I've studied social media, so I do have a strategy. But I think the end goal is just to be able to get paid to be myself, which I do already, but to get paid a lot more to be myself. So it's just to be authentic. I mean, as silly as that sounds, but to just get paid for being my authentic self, I think is the goal.
That's very well put. I mean,
Yeah.
I had like my comedy journey, for example, is like what I always say is I'm doing it because I want to live a life that's worth living, right?
Yeah.
Like that's my it's not the destination for me, it's the journey of being a comedian that I think will be a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
And the way you kind of put it, I think is even a little more refined, which is figuring out a way how to make money being yourself. You know what I mean? And off of that.
And I think too, one of the most important things about comedy is the ability to say hard things that other people don't want to say or can't say unless it's in the form of a joke. So I think on a grander scale, whether it be with social media or with my stand-up, it's to touch on all the things that make people uncomfortable. So if I have a set where people don't really laugh, but I can tell I made them uncomfortable, I still kind of, well, of course they're going to laugh a little bit, but sometimes I like those a little bit more because I know they're going to go home and be like, why couldn't I laugh at that? So I think that's on a grander scale is to always be pushing the edge on what can we not talk about. That's what I want to talk about is whatever we can't talk about. So yeah.
The Comedy Calendar, I think everybody knows, is a feminist podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, well, I got to go.
Well, feminism is like when young girls don't wear bras and you can see their nipples, right?
Oh, is that? Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
And I think you're our first feminist guest that we've had on the show,
Yeah.
advocating for women's rights. And,
yeah.
So that's good. I'm glad to see there's new comedians out there that are really pushing for
The
it,
thing
you
is
know?
like all women suck except for me.
There
You
you go.
know, like I'm the only woman that doesn't. Like women can't drive, but I can drive very well. So
Interesting.
yeah, I'm not a pick me. I'm just telling you the truth. Yeah.
I do want to bring us back to the Roast Battle League, South Florida here for 1 second. So you said it's going to be a monthly event.
Yes, monthly.
If comedians do want to sign up, obviously you've been preparing it for a while, so I'm guessing you have some people already lined up. If anyone out there, comedians in South Florida, do want to sign up,
Yeah.
what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
I mean, if you send me a video of you doing a good roast, obviously you're going to get pushed to the front because I've not seen a lot of the South Florida comedians roast. But I mean, just DM me. I mean, if you're funny, usually you can roast, but some people are hilarious and they can't roast for shit. And also just be ready because the whole point of a roast battle is for it to be offensive. So the more fucked up you are, the better chance you get of getting
Nice.
roasted. Yeah.
And if any showrunners here in South Florida are doing any roast style things or roast battle type things, should they reach out to you to invite you kind of to come see? And 'cause, I mean, I think that would be a good opportunity to kind of,
to
to
be a
show
part of the
you
league,
what
yeah.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think that'd be good. I mean, the whole thing is to find the best roasters for the league in South Florida. So that's the whole goal of it. So if you want that exposure with the official, roast battle league, come to RBL South Florida.
And if I understand correctly, at those events, obviously you will have it filmed.
Yes,
So
the whole
you'll
thing will be filmed.
So everyone that participates will get content out of
Yep.
it,
Mhm.
which is obviously
Which is
tagged
cool.
with roast battle and
Yep.
up in the league.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's something that like you said earlier about the podcast, and I appreciate you saying that. I think the next level is exactly things like that. Is kind of national or international organizations in comedy associating South Florida with a growing market,
Yep.
reaching out to people in South Florida who are tastemakers and who are able to execute on it, and then investing and allowing us to really grow it.
Yeah.
I think like over a year ago now, not that I had this idea, but I had this thought of like man, everyone's starting to do roast battles. There's
Mm-hmm.
this big thing going on outside of Florida.
Mhm.
When are these things going to come together? You know,
Mhm.
I'm not really a good roaster, so it's not something that like I personally wanted to get into,
Mhm.
but I was wondering when somebody would kind of put the two together and spark it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for this opportunity. So when they reached out to me to be a part of the league, I was super excited. But again, we have to actually show that the comedians can actually roast.
Right.
And I tell you what, if I start putting on shows and the comedians aren't, the point is to be fucked up and funny. So what I would say to the comics is just, this is a great opportunity for you to get exposure. So come and bring your A game.
And I don't know if this is like a thing that's done in comedy, but like the ALS challenge, I will issue a challenge to Ben Smith. He is the best roaster that I know personally. So
really?
if you're not, Ben, DM her right now to get on the show.
Nice.
Yeah, Ben Smith is when I started doing comedy, he was already doing comedy and he was already, he was already roasting. And he was one of those guys that even like to this day, like he's not someone who I like to bust his balls a lot because when he starts ripping at you, he gets you good. And he hits you at like those core.
Don't give him time to prepare.
Right.
If you give him time to prepare on you, it's over.
For real?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's mean about it. Like he actually
Nice.
today I was looking at some old videos from like a roast battle you guys did, I think last year. And he was like ripping into you, and I'm like, "Damn, dude, that's your friend, bro. Like, what are you doing?"
Even
man?
better.
It's so good.
Even
It's
better.
so good.
Yeah. And we're going to have some cool judges too. I'm going to have a panel, and the judges, I have a little bit more flexibility, so I can book some of my, like, I don't want to say famous friends, but yeah, I can book some of my famous friends. So the panel itself will be something to look forward to every month.
Listen, on this podcast, all we do is book our famous friend. You
Yeah.
are our famous friend. Like this is
My famous friends are more famous than I am.
right.
so-
It's all about scale. You know,
Yeah,
from you to them, from us to
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? Come
There you
on.
go.
Exactly.
No, Mac, honestly, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you for
It's
having
been so
me.
much fun. And I think everybody out there in South Florida, not only if you're a patron, but also if you're a comedian, you got to
Yeah.
look forward to the RBL South Florida coming
Yes.
through and doing its thing at Just
Mm-hmm.
the Funny, August 31st, guys, 9 p.m. If you want, you can keep following Mac at Big Mac Lawson
Lawson.
on Instagram, and you can stay up to date with all of the information that's going to be coming out as it comes out. And again, also, you can stay tuned right here on Comedy Calendar for what is to come. Mac, you've been an amazing guest. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, but just, I love what you guys are doing. And Florida, I think, is going to be the next little comedy bubble. It's just growing and growing and growing and growing.
Mhm.
So I love what you guys are doing.
Amen. From your mouth to God's ears. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's why we're doing this. That we believe in South Florida comedy as well. And like for me specifically, like I want to make my bones down here. I want South Florida comedy to be a thing that we can all have careers around.
Mhm.
I'm gonna send him around the world. He'll be touring nonstop.
And
until-
Turkish Airlines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, whoever will pay. Okay, he's a young nubile boy. He's ready to work. I just need a little bit of funding to send him all over the world. He's gonna be working 53 weeks a year. All right, this kid is not gonna catch a break. He's gonna do Wednesday shows. He's gonna do Thursday shows. But yeah, we're ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Cool.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this week's edition of the South Florida Comedy Calendar. It has been an amazing week of comedy that we got to look forward to this week and for the foreseeable future, guys, because it's not stopping down here in South Florida. If there's anything else on this week's lineup of shows that we didn't get to, you can catch it on the South Florida Comedy spreadsheet that you can check out at the description of each of these videos on Facebook and YouTube, guys. Until next week, everyone, have a good week and stay laughing.